presentation, just to like give you a little bit of an idea about, you know, this course. So both of you, well, Iman, you've wanted to do this course for a long time. So, and we have a lot of people like that have wanted to do it, but life got in the way and then they got busy. And finally, it does circle back around at the right time. But we started the online portion of this back in July 2020. So it's been over a year, and we've really seasoned it. In the beginning, it was new to everybody. We were trying to figure it out, and we had people from so many different countries on that first course. And through that, we've really seasoned it and been able to apply some of our in-person content and shift it online. And I think Carla and I are both really happy with the feedback we've been getting from people that have taken the online in the last three online sessions. Because every feedback they give us, we then put it into the material and we shift it and we make changes. So we're really open to continuing to evolve the content because we don't know when we'll come back in person. So for people that are waiting for that, I tell you not to wait. Just, this is, you know, it's your moment now. If you want to do it, you do it, right? Now for my kind of background with it, so I've been teaching kids yoga and mindfulness for over a decade, more starting with kids yoga and then moved into mindfulness meditation, relaxation. Personally, it really helps my boys, and I hope to bring them on shortly so we can do some practices with you. But what I find it helps them more with is just finding ways to calm themselves. Like, don't you find as adults, we don't really have sometimes all the tools to calm ourselves? And had we had them from childhood, we probably would find it easier now, correct? So just having tools to calm themselves, especially with the distance learning portion and so many changes happening, like you're in school, you're out of school, you're in school. I think that this has been a useful tool, and I've used it more than I have in the past during the pandemic. Emotions, I would call them big feelings, have been really big. Nervous, you know, feeling angry, frustrated, and just sad. And there's a lot of big feelings happening right now. So it's, you know, relaxations are useful, mindfulness practices with nature, and also just like getting active and moving the body. I'm really excited to see them growing from it, and just to see all our teachers that have graduated. They're teaching all over the world. So it's really nice to see how they're bringing this to their communities, their homes, their schools. Like schools, this is a new life skill for schools. We're not learning this in school. So when our graduates can go in and try to get into nurseries, schools, you know, homes, just small communities, every person is adding to what the benefits of this course are. And what I truly believe is going to aid a new generation on a level we have never imagined. Hi, you okay?
I just have to.
Carla, I'll take it over to you.
Sure, thank you for that. It's lovely. And yeah, I was just nodding in the background thinking, she's very right. When we first started the course, it was a long time ago. And we're very traditionally running courses in Abu Dhabi first, and now Sasha by herself only. And then we evolved to Dubai, and we were running courses in person. So everybody had to come to yoga school and spend the weekend with us, which was fantastic. But then right in the middle of the pandemic, I was like, we have to take it one level up. And we did go online. The first course was a very good experience. It was fantastic. I'm very, very glad we did it. But again, it was really uncertain because it was the beginning of a new beginning for, I think, education and the era of trainings. I don't know if we will ever go back to in person again. There's a lot of talk in the background. But what I do know is that since the spring course, we've managed to actually integrate a little bit more of in person, which has been great. So now we call it a hybrid. I think it's a fantastic way to balance out the amount of input you get online, which is very much accessible and flexible because you can go back to it and cross-refer to it any time because the recordings are made available for you within a few hours, and then to actually get to enjoy practical time with us, which is of course of very, very high value. But again, everything has a pleasant downside. You cannot go back to the recording, right, every time you wish to. You just have to go back in your memories and kind of revert to what you've soaked up. So it's a way of reaching through to, I guess, a lot more people, and in a way that suits and covers a lot more learning styles. And that's for me the whole plus of going online. It does have its challenges. It does have its moments when nobody can hear you. But it's okay. It's like if the lights go out and you're in a center and the lights go out, and what can you do? Okay, we're in the dark. So, you have to embrace the moment and deal with it in the best possible way. But so far it's been amazing. It's been an incredible journey. We're looking at 2 years now of teaching online for all providers, the majority of us, and it's been great for me personally. I like to call myself an internationalist because I've lived out of my country for longer than I've lived in my country for, and I grew up in between Spain and the UK. Ended up in the south of England, coming from dance, performing arts background. I did work in education for 10 plus years, both in central London and in central Dubai, and I did start integrating yoga as a broken dancer. I started my own practice to help myself recover from a very nasty knee dislocation, and then I started introducing yoga for children just kind of randomly because we had a bit of a spare slot in timetable, and I was allowed to introduce yoga in secondary. This was a long, 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 long time ago when yoga for kids was, I'm not going to say unheard of, but it was certainly rare. And it was very successful, that program run through. I bet they still run it through, and it's been 10 plus years. And ever since I came to Dubai, I've been a huge advocate at festivals and large events, etc. Perhaps you've seen me around, in which we've brought yoga to children, to communities, and we've raised a lot of awareness. So bringing this training forward has been a dream come true somehow. So yeah, that's me. If you would have any questions, please, this is your time, ladies.
Actually, the thing about online, it's that I don't know who I emailed, whether it's you, Carla, or Sasha. I asked about this thing that it's going to be pre-recorded because, as you said, we have a very hectic life. And for me, even when I took my yoga training, it took me ages to go for it because I never was able to settle down for 200 hours and stop my life. I am a mother of three, and I just couldn't. It was my opportunity when I did it online, and then we had the mentor in Dubai who we used to see once a week in person. But for this is also amazing because whatever, you can go on with your life, and then you can come back, as you said, and just watch it. And if you have any question, you would just discuss it on the next time your life. It has its downside because maybe there isn't this connection between, like we would say, it rubbing the energy on each other's because we're on screens, but still it made life much easier. So there is a spark, a glittery outcome of this lockdown and this situation we're in.
Yeah. Thank you for the feedback. I call it a COVID gift. We ended up having our own private studios, and we ended up having the luxury of connecting back to on-demand classes and workshops if life didn't allow for us to actually um, attend the full session, or if you think you didn't pay too much attention, or if you think you need to go back and cross check. I mean, the recording is always there for you, and if you still have a question, you can always email, you can always ask the group. We communicate via WhatsApp group, via email, and of course throughout live sessions. But sometimes it's the case that, I don't know, there's a medical appointment or something comes up and people join in late or have to leave early. It's okay, it's fine. I mean, we of course encourage and prefer that people are there live, because you're there with us, and if anything happens or any questions come up, any doubts arise just there in the moment, it's far better because you're live. But however, it doesn't put you off joining and of course completing a course, because you have so many uh, options there, and it's far more accessible and far more flexible. So it's
So, yeah, I agree. One of the benefits that really helped with the last course to create that connection was the in-person meet that we got to have. So I noticed that was a huge difference from courses that we didn't have that, like even that one day. And actually on our last course, it was half a day. This course, it's one day. In Abu Dhabi, it's 2 half days. So it's really nice to be able to have that in-person meet. And we felt that the students did get that sense of connection because they got to meet that one time. It made a huge difference versus not meeting at all. And some of them still stay connected on the WhatsApp groups, like they message each other things that they're struggling with, if they need some help. So the groups are active for relevant information based on their course.
yeah, that was
As you, sorry, can I go?
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as you guys know, I wanted to attend last year and I got all petrified because I teach kids face to face all the time for the last 18 years. I'm a Montessori teacher and I panicked and I was very overwhelmed being in Dubai and this online thing. And I love connecting. And I maybe didn't really understand the course very well as how it would be online because I had never done anything online before. I'm very ignorant in that perspective. So I went ahead and I started working on myself by forcefully having to do online exercise because I couldn't go do exercise anywhere. So I think I concentrated on myself, made my mind and my mind like, and because I got really anxious in my mind and what's going to happen, and my parents and my mother was sick, and it was like I got very overwhelmed by everything. So I worked on myself and I got used to being online by myself with my teachers of yoga and Pilates. I do both. So I'm really going to be doing my utmost best to attend every single session live, not listen to recordings. I don't really work well in that way. I feel I will do my utmost best to try and connect all the time at all the meetings, even if I have to fly out to London. I know the timing. I'll book my ticket the time where I need to be in your class at that same time. Really, I mean, I really wanted, you both know, I really wanted to do this course, and it was just going to grow my perspective much bigger with teaching kids other than art and science and going to schools and nurseries or doing home visits. And I'm really, really happy to be on board. And I will ask as many questions as I need to throughout the course. And thank you so much for having me back.
Of course, that's so exciting to hear how you're ready to do it. And yeah, like you said, sometimes it's just not the right time, and other times we have to say, well, when would be the right time, and can we take advantage of this opportunity that is being presented to us? Because we don't know what life will look like this time next year, or even 6 months from now. Maybe we'll all be back to like in-person everything and super busy all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, Carla, do you want to start with your sensory, and then I'll look at the voice to teach something?
Sure, yes. Right, this is the best part. We have a sensory exploration. I don't know if you ladies would have done this before. It's a beautiful meditation in which we go through the senses. Now, I'm going to ask you to sit up or lay down as you wish and find a very comfortable position. Stay in a very quiet and calm space. Perhaps close your eyes. Take a big breath into your nose. Connect with your breath. And softly, we will begin by starting in our body. Make sure you're very, very comfortable. Placing your feet on the floor, your hands on your thighs, and sit upright in an alert and comfortable way. Take a pause for a moment. And point your attention to your physical sensations. Notice how your feet feel on the floor. Notice your hands on your thighs. And notice how your seat feels on a chair or on a cushion. Notice your spine, if it's resting on the chair or slightly off your chair. Now notice your clothing on your body. Notice where you feel your clothing. Is it tight or is it loose? Coarse or is it soft? Heighten your awareness or your attention on this specific physical sense of being. Notice your skin, and if you feel any coolness or heat in your skin, coming up from your skin. Notice your breath and what it feels like to be breathing in this moment. Notice your physical changes as you inhale, whether it be around your chest or your belly. Notice what happens when you exhale. Pay very close attention to what's happening in your body and around your body physically. And now notice any other physical sensations emerging, arising, or falling away. Coolness, heat, tingling, prickly, tension, or relaxation, just to give you a few examples. Take a few moments now to scan your body. Notice what's happening within. And next, turn your attention away from your body and towards your sense of sound. Take a pause to notice sound coming from afar. Fine-tune your attention to notice what's happening way outside of your immediate surroundings. Perhaps you hear a distant highway, or a plane, or birds. Perhaps you don't hear any sounds far out, but you do hear sounds in your immediate surroundings. So notice that. Be aware. Is it somebody moving in another room or speaking outside your door? Maybe it's just the hum of the air conditioner or the heat. With this practice of mindfulness, we're building the capacity to notice more. Right now, we're just noticing sound. Bring your awareness even closer in and notice the sound of your body and of your breath. You may notice your body making sounds in your stomach, like gurgling, or notice when you take a big breath in and how your clothes shift. Get really detailed here in the micro sounds in and around you. Turn your attention towards your sense of smell. Sharpen up your smell and feel, what do you smell in your environment? Perhaps there is a lack of smell right now. Notice that as your mind starts to settle and your nervous system starts to steady, that you start to shift into a more awake and aware state of being where your senses light up. Oftentimes we can notice things that we don't notice when we're living from our busy mind. Now turn your attention to your sense of taste. Notice if you taste anything lingering in your mouth. perhaps the remnants of your toothpaste or your coffee. Perhaps there is a lack of taste. Notice your sense of taste throughout the day. It will help you to remember to notice taste when you're actually eating or drinking. Now, let's move your attention to your sense of sight. Open your eyes for a moment and notice your macro vision and what's happening in your wide vision. Have a look around the space, around the room. Notice what's happening way out beyond your immediate sight, such as the wide open space, the sky, the trees, and the walls that are there far from you. Notice colors and textures, movement and stillness. Notice your peripheral vision, what's happening right out from your sides that you're not really looking at, but you can kind of sense are there. You're expanding your capacity to see by focusing your attention on this sense. Come in a little more closely to your immediate surroundings. Not too close, let's say halfway. Notice the colors, the textures, the objects, the people, movement, stillness, or light. For example, how the light is landing on different objects, or the floor, or the walls, or the trees. There's no need to label what you're seeing, just notice it. Now bring it in even closer. Notice your immediate surroundings, right in front of you, right around the floor, in front of you. The walls, the sky, the way the light is hitting the world in your immediate surroundings. This practice of mindfulness is strength building. We're building strength in our capacity to recognize our senses and to heighten our senses in what I like to call high definition sensory awareness. Now, once again, close your eyes just to finish up your practice. As you close your eyes, notice your mind. Notice the thoughts that come and go across your mental screen. They could be big thoughts or little thoughts, happy thoughts or maybe not so happy thoughts. You don't need to label them. You're just noticing. Just as smells come and go, thoughts come and go. Just as goosebumps arise and dissipate, so do thoughts. In many ways, our thoughts can be considered a sixth sense. As you move in and out of your day-to-day, notice your six senses. Your sense of feeling in your body, smell, taste, your sense of hearing, sound, and sight, and your sense of thought. Allow thoughts to come and go, just like a bird comes and goes across your vision. Heightening your capacity to recognize your senses is part of your mindfulness practice. Now, very slowly, bringing your awareness back to the space, taking a deep breath in, and when you're ready, exhale and open your eyes back up again. Return to the space. Namaste. Hope you enjoyed your sensory exploration and leave you with Sasha and one of her minis.
Okay, so you got a little dose of mindfulness via the senses, and you enjoyed it too, looks like, yeah. And I wanted to share with you now a breathing practice, because the course has so many components. Mindfulness, relaxation, like spaghetti relaxation, love that one, right? And then also it has action, like creative expression and learning how to sequence a way that you can actually engage children. Because if you don't make it fun and playful when you teach them, they are not going to want to be there very long. So we want to make it fun for them too, right? Kind helps me write sequences. He's actually very creative. More than me, it gives me many ideas. So today we're going to teach you a breathing practice. And then we're going to teach you a little creative game using asana, some of our poses, okay? So let's take a hot air balloon ride. Will you join us, please, ladies? So we're going to go ahead and start to blow up our balloons. Do you remember how to blow up our balloons? We'll start really small, and then we're going to use our powerful breath. Do you want to teach it to us? Okay, go for it. So how do we do it? What do we do first?
Hold your hands out within a small ball, and you take a deep breath, and you blow.
How do we make it bigger?
And as you blow, you make it bigger by blowing, and your hands get bigger.
Okay, and how do we put more air into it?
You blow.
Breathe in first.
You breathe in, and then you breathe
Can we make it even bigger?
out.
Okay, let's try. Can we make it even bigger? Maybe let's try to put more air in it. Ready? In through your nose. Let's stand up. Oh, get out. Wow. Look at that. Can you go far back so they can see you and show them your balloon? Okay, should we fly our balloon around? Let's fly it around. Ready? Very good. Now I want to get it even bigger before we land. One more breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's have a little bit more air. Enjoy. And let's land our balloon. How do we take the air out? In through our nose, out through our mouth. We come all the way down. Very good. So that hot air balloon journey is an energetic breathing practice that we can use to transition, like in the school system, from one activity to another, or we can use it at home to move from dinner to bed, especially if you have to move upstairs or change rooms. It's convenient. Now I thought you could be a tree, and I'm going to try to be a disturbing snake. Do you think that I can disturb your tree, or are you going to stay rooted? Not sure. Okay, let's see. So you come into tree pose. Remember where you place your feet. Good. So do we put our foot on our knee or a little lower? A little lower.
A little high.
Do you want to stand back a little bit so they can see your full tree pose? Yeah. Okay. Good. Now I'm going to be a disturbing snake and see if I can disturb his balance, starting with snake pose. Oh, it's okay. Try again. Oh, I got you. Okay, how about I be the tree and you try to be the snake? Remember, you can come up a little bit too, if you like. Okay, I'm going to try to see if I can balance some tree pose now. And you're going to be the disturbing snake who's trying to get me to lose my balance. I'm going to go low today. I'm going to try to challenge you. You remember snake pose? Oh, you got me. I'm going to try on the other side and see if you can help. This one, I'm going to do a little bit higher, okay? So let's see. Down there. Oh, I think you got me there. So that's just a little active, creative play with our tree and snake disturber, right? Would you like to teach them anything else before we let them go? Anything that you really enjoy about your yoga and mindfulness practice? Yeah, I know you like relaxation. Yeah, and any meditation that you enjoy? That you can think of? Okay. Well, thank you for joining us. There's a little dose of mindfulness, creative asana, and breathing as well. And we're going to actually be able to form sequences by creating adventures, especially for small children. This is going to be really useful when it makes it more of an adventure and a journey and not just a whole bunch of poses stacked into one another. So we have to thread between one another for it to be fun and engaging and exciting, right? Remember when you did your space sequence? He was teaching in his classroom. He was doing all sorts of cool journeys for them. Do you remember anything you taught from your space journey?
I remember the rocket and also.
Can you show us how to use rocket ship?
So the rocket.
Oh, I'm so good at that pose. I'm still up here. Okay, and how do we do it?
You breathe in, and when you breathe out, you go up.
Oh, very good.
And lift your arms up.
Thank you. Thank you for teaching us. All right. Thank you very much for joining our meet and greet. I'll let you close it, Carla.
Thank you, ladies. That was great. Thank you, Sasha and Kaya. That was fantastic. I really enjoyed going around in my hot air balloon. So it was a great one. If you have any last questions, please go ahead before we close the call and let you all go.
What was the last position you did, Sasha?
Oh, the one he taught us?
Yeah, what was it? What's it called?
Oh, it's a rocket ship, but it can be different things. There's a rocket ship.
Rocket ship.
And also, yeah, and also a hip opener too.
What the other one? A rocket ship and?
And before that?
No, this one and the hip opener, right?
Yeah, it's a hip opener.
Yeah, hip opener.
Yeah.
Okay.
But making it fun into a pose.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Let's work our hips now, or let's work on our hips. So making it more fun for them.
Okay.
Yeah, you will see, as you discover the poses, you will see the majority of poses are the yoga asana, but we give them animated names, and sometimes we give them more than one name according to the theme, the topic, the class, the imagination the children have, the imagination you guys have. So it's very, very open. But yes, the poses are animated. They have sounds, they have funky names. They have a lot more action than the adult poses. Yeah, just the cat and the cow. From the cat and the cow, which is a basic warm-up from
Cat and a cow, yeah.
Yeah, but you can make so much out of the cat and the cow and animate it when it becomes a tiger.
Because yoga was made like for children. It was made for men and children, actually. Like this is thousands of years ago, right? So they would look at nature and they would mimic the names of what they saw in nature. So it was never actually made for women to start.
Wow.
We're just like the majority of people doing it.
And now men are shy to do yoga. Some men will be shy. We tell them it was for you guys. It wasn't for us. We were just in the kitchen or whatever that was.
Yeah, way back. Exactly. Yeah. Thank you, ladies, for joining us. It's been a pleasure. And for everyone else listening to the meet and greet, send us a question if you have. Our course starts on September 24th. So I'll see you all then.
Thank you so much.
See you there. Thank you, ladies, for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
I hope you're enjoy the mindfulness practice, the little samples of the yoga asana and the games and the creative poses. And we will see you all on September 24th. Any questions? We're around. Drop us an email or send us a message on social media.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye. Have fun in Greece.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you so much. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.